Welcome to the Thinking Big podcast. This episode is part of a special 14-day Think and Grow Rich challenge. And today, we are going over the fifth step to success, the step on imagination. I recently hosted a live 14-day Think and Grow Rich challenge that benefited Feeding America, and I thought it would be such a great idea to put this out here on the podcast for everybody to listen to. So for 14 days, I will be releasing a new podcast and associated challenge that covers each of the 13 steps of Think and Grow Rich, plus a bonus challenge on the introduction. And it doesn't matter if you've ever read the book or not, the challenge is designed for everybody to do. And there's actually a link in the show notes, so you can actually sign up for free, get all the downloads and all the challenge sheets, and a free copy of the original Think and Grow Rich book. So today, we are thinking big on imagination because ideas are the product of imagination and the starting point of all success.
Welcome to the Thinking Big podcast with Sean Osborne, the show helping you think bigger into your life and potential. Sean believes by equipping you with the tools, strategies, and philosophies required to be successful in all aspects of your life, you can achieve anything you believe in. Empowering our own growth makes a deeply positive and lasting impact on our lives, community, and our world. Now, here's Sean.
Hello and welcome everybody tonight. It is so good to see everybody. And tonight is a very good night. Tonight is the night that we get to do the chapter on imagination. That is the workshop of the mind. And it's the fifth step. And we're actually doing this one tonight because it goes very well with what we did last night with auto-suggestion. So tonight, now this one's going to be a little bit shorter. So the video is probably only going to be 10, 15 minutes at most because the challenge tonight is there's a time limit on it of 2 hours. So it's going to take you up to 2 hours, but that's a maximum. You got to stop at 2 hours. So that's the maximum that it can be. And we're going to start off with some quotes on imagination from some of the other great thoughts and thinkers in this world. Mark Twain, you cannot depend on your eyes when your imagination is out of focus. Robert Collier, the great successful men of the world have used their imagination. They think ahead and create their mental picture in all its details, filling in here, add a little there, altering this a bit, altering that a bit, but steadily building. Werner Erhard, create your future from your future, not your past. That's a great one. Create your future from your future, not your past. Your past is not your future. William James, the greatest discovery of my generation is that a human being can alter their lives by altering their attitude of mind. So tonight we're going to kind of go ninja on your mind a little bit. Because the way that the things that we do really are kind of back doors to your subconscious and a way to work with it in kind of a stealth ninja mode. And images really are a very powerful and direct communication to your subconscious mind. We think in pictures. We don't think in words. We think in pictures. And let me give you an example. If I asked you to think of a house, well, you would probably think of your house. You'd see a picture of your house on your mind. If I asked you to think of a car, you would probably see your car or a car that you want pictured in your mind. And we can even go in and try to fake our minds out. And if I told you, let me tell you this, a fox's tail is not white. What pops into your mind? Even though I said it's not white, what popped in your mind was a fox with a white tail. Your imagination sparks both ideas and plans for achieving them. Your imagination muscle, if you don't use it, it goes away. It's just like any other muscle that we have. Your imagination, we have to use it or we lose it. And today's challenge is really getting that muscle working and noticing these ideas again. Do you remember when you were a kid, the imagination that you had. We need to be like kids more. We need to be daydreamers and thinking and imagining. Man, if you realized that back when you had all this imagination, that's when you were learning everything too. There's correlation to that. Everything you see started as an idea in someone's imagination. Every man-made thing, if you look around you, every single thing that's man-made that you see started off as an idea in somebody's mind. And in this chapter, Napoleon Hill talks about, imagination has two forms. It has synthetic imagination and creative imagination. And really, synthetic imagination is not what we want. We want creative imagination. And synthetic imagination, creates nothing. It works with, the materials or experiences that you already have, old concepts, old ideas, recombines them into, maybe a new way of looking at a new shape, but it doesn't create anything. And as an example, if you were to take eggs and you were to take bacon, well, I could use synthetic imagination and put those together and create eggs and bacon. Nothing new was created. It was just a new shape of things that have already been there. On the other side of that is creative imagination. That's where we want to be, creative imagination, which works at the subconscious level. It generates new ideas through hunches and through inspiration. There's that word again, inspiration, inspiro, in spirit, infinite intelligence. It produces the plan or plans that you need to achieve your goals. And the other day I talked about the chef that I watched on that show, and he used creative imagination. He took ingredients that everybody has access to. He didn't, fathom up some brand new, ingredient. He used the same ingredients that everyone else, but he used his creative imagination and said, how can I combine these to create something that no one else has seen before? This allows the, finite mind of man direct communication with infinite intelligence. Creative imagination is our vehicle to infinite intelligence. And it's through hunches, intuition, inspiration, new ideas are passed on to us. And as an example, the Wright brothers, they use creative imagination to tune in and become aware of what was there. They didn't invent anything. People say the Wright brothers invented flying. They didn't invent anything. They became aware. They didn't invent aerodynamics or they didn't invent gravity. They became aware of the idea of how to use your creative imagination to create something that no one else has. That's what they did. And, matter of fact, in my workshop, my Think and Grow Rich workshop, I teach, how ideas come from infinite intelligence. And think of a radio. Think of a radio right now. And think of right now in the room that you're sitting. I don't care where in the world you are, the room that you're sitting in, you have every type of music available to you right now. It's in the air. It's all around you. You have, rap, you have, country, you have talk radio, you have sports. It's all in the room that you're in right now. All you have to do to get it is tune into it. You have to have a device to tune into that radio. It's already there. You just have to tune into it. And ideas and infinite intelligence are just like that. And we use our mind, our subconscious mind, to tune into those stations, to tune into that vibration of thought where that lies. If you think about the Wright brothers, anybody could have become aware to fly thousand years before the Wright brothers did it. Could someone not have become aware of how to fly? So if you think about it, I hear people every once in a while saying, man, I thought of that. Someone stole my idea. Well, if these ideas are part of infinite intelligence and you tune into them, can't someone else eventually tune into the same idea? Is it possible that someone already had the same idea you had and didn't take action on it as well? Because don't forget that ideas are just ideas. They need to be acted upon to become real before someone else tunes into that vibration and steals your idea. Great ideas, when we get those, oh man, they take on momentum of their own. They spur you to act and persist until they transform into reality. When you have ideas, that get you going. Oh man, I can do that. Oh man, I can do that. Those ideas are what keep us going. And the world's greatest leaders, thinkers, artists, they all use creative imagination to create masterpieces, to create inventions and products and everything. And they become great because they developed the faculty of creative imagination. If you look at anybody that is successful, anybody that's done stuff that no one else has, they've created a masterpiece, they've done whatever, they have the faculty of creative imagination. And your own imagination faculty may have become weak. Most of ours have because we don't use it enough to make it active, to keep it fresh. It's like, how often do you go to the gym? You got to go to the gym every every couple days to make it worthwhile. If you go to the gym once a month or once a year, do you think you're going to build any muscles? No, you're not going to build any muscles. You've got to do it all the time because when you do, that one idea that you have can build your definite of purpose with just one single idea. If you think about in the book, he talked about Coca-Cola. The doctor who invented Coca-Cola could not imagine past his own little thing. He did not see outside. He didn't have the imagination, muscle to think of the scope that it could be, and sold that for $500. One idea. So if you start your creative imagination, one idea that you get from the creative imagination can change your life. Just like that, can change your life. Think, visualize, fantasize, dream. Get your imagination muscle back into shape. And that's what tonight's about. Remembering your future. Remember I told you about that is using creative imagination. So when you go and you build a memory of your future, you're using creative imagination. And images, again, we think in images. Images are everything. And images are really a powerful and direct communications to our subconscious mind. Unlike your conscious mind, when your subconscious receives an image, it doesn't ask how, it doesn't ask why, it doesn't ask when. Those are the questions really that your conscious mind often gets stuck on. Those are the things that your conscious mind gets stuck on and often stops forward movement. Here's the thing. Images bypass your critical mind. This is where we're getting all ninja. Images bypass your BS filter that says, how am I going to do that? I can't do that. Who do I think I am? I'm not good enough for that. That's a stupid idea. Who's going to do that? Images will bypass your BS. And by building, so what we're going to do, we're going to go through this. So tonight's challenge, you've probably heard of dream boards, you've done dream boards, and hopefully this one's a little bit different. And we're going to make you look at it every day. That's where it becomes powerful, looking at it every day. So by putting a dream board somewhere you can see it every day, you will prompt yourself to visualize your ideal life, your dream, everything you're going for. And that is so important because visualization activities creates the power to your subconscious mind. And it programs your brain to notice available resources, even though they've always been there. So these resources, so you're going to come up with ideas and you're going to start seeing resources. Those resources have always been there, but you haven't been consciously aware, so you don't see them. The Porsche principle. Remember I told you the Porsche principle. Once you become consciously aware and you're getting these images automatically put into your subconscious mind, you're going to now start seeing these things that have always been there. And by adding a I can't even say that, visualization practice to your daily routine, you will naturally become more motivated to get what you want. So here's the challenge today. Here it is. First part, it's going to be a dream board. There's 2 pages to the dream board. You cannot go more than these 2 pages. You have to stick to 2 pages. So time limit is 2 hours. What you're going to do is you're going to take these 2 blank pages. You're going to get 10 magazines, 8 to 12 magazines, let's say, and cut out stuff for at least 45 minutes to an hour. You're going to have stuff cut out way more than these 2 pages. But now you got to decide what's important, what's not important. So you're going to put on your vision board the most important things, whether it's words that you cut out, whether it's images that you cut out. Put those on here. Things that you want, things that you desire. Is it a dream house on the beach? Is it a boat? Is it a car? Is it being a chef at a Michelin star restaurant? What is it that you desire? Get those pictures, put those on here. So you have 2 hours to do your dream board. But here's the thing. I want you to post this on your refrigerator. I want you to see this dream board every damn day. And yes, you might have people come by, not as many now with COVID, but you might have people come by that giggle and say, "Oh, Sean, you're so silly." Yeah, they'll say I'm silly until they see what's happening. People might make fun of you. Family members might mock you. I'm not going to say they won't, but it is so important that you put this up there. Screw them. This is your dream, not theirs. Screw them. Who cares what they think? Put your stuff up on their fridge. This is what I'm passionate about. This is what I dream about. Put it up there. See it every single day. Okay, so that's the first part. That's going to take you really most of the time for tonight's challenge. The second part is, over the next couple days, what are some of the hunches or inspirations that you have had after seeing your dream board for a few days? Which ones could lead to your goal? So you're going ninja on your mind. You're going to start putting some of these, ideas back there, and infinite intelligence is going to start popping ideas to you. Pay attention. So what are some of the hunches that you get back that could lead you to your goal of getting what you want, of getting your dream? And then what are 1 or 2 steps that you could do on that idea? So let's say you have an idea. Let's say my idea is to, speak in front of 10,000 people. That's one of my dreams, is a national speaker, international speaker. I might have an idea that says, hey, this is a fantastic topic to talk about. And it might just pop up an idea of something to talk about. If I'm paying attention, I might go, let's start developing that. I could take 2 steps. Well, let's look at developing some content behind that idea about that topic of what I could talk about. So it's these little ideas that you're going to start getting. So what I want you to do is mark down any hunches, any inspiration, any ideas that you get over the next couple of days after you post this to your refrigerator and you see it every day. And then what are some of the steps that you can do to get there? All right, everyone. Well, thank you so much for tonight. This is really one of the funnest challenges. It really is. Tomorrow night, we have the power of the mastermind. Oh, probably one of the most important steps is the mastermind. We'll explain that tomorrow. So until tomorrow, get your dream boards done, get them posted, and let's start getting all ninja on our minds. I'll talk to you tomorrow.